Hey, and welcome to this extra special episode of the show. We are talking about episode number 200. Now, before I get into the subject, the content of this particular episode, I just want to say thank you. A huge, massive thank you to anybody who has listened to or watched a single one of these episodes. If this is the first episode you've listened to, awesome, you've jumped on at a great time. Episode 1 was a bit dog shit, but we have improved over the course of the last 200 episodes to give you loads and loads of nutrition, training, mindset information in short, concise bursts that's hopefully a little bit entertaining along the way. So again, a huge, massive thank you from me for enabling me to get to 200 episodes in the first place. Because let's be honest, if you weren't listening or watching to this, then I wouldn't be making these at all. So thanks very much for being a part of this journey and being a part of this podcast, growing and growing and growing massively over the last couple of years. Now, if you do want to show your support for anything that I do or anything about this show or anything like that, then two things that you need to do. One is come and visit me on Instagram if you aren't already a follower. So go to @iron_paradise_fitness, drop me a message, say you listened to episode 200, say you enjoyed it, and say you just want to say, hey, and just have a little bit of a chat. Always happy to meet one of you or talk to one of you and just kind of see how you're getting on and see if I can help you along your fitness journey. And also, if you want a bunch of information, whether it's fat loss, muscle gain, whether you want a free training program, whether you want a free guide on how to calculate calories, head over to ironparadisefitness.com. There's loads of free resources, articles, things you can download for free that'll help you along the way as well. So that's the two best ways that you can support me and lets me know that these podcasts are worth making. Now, without further ado, let us get straight on to what the subject matter of this particular episode is all about. And we are throwing it back to Questions from Quora, but the ultimate bumper edition. Now, if you're not familiar with the Questions from Quora format, I've done 3 of these over the course of the last 200 episodes. Dig them out, find them. They are little gems of nuggets of gold. Now, Quora. What is Quora? For those of you who aren't initiated into the whole Quora thing, Quora is this app. I don't know if it's a website, probably is as well, but it's an app that I found where people just post random fucking questions about any topic you could ever possibly imagine. And there's a bunch in there on nutrition, on training, on all sorts of things associated with fitness. So I thought I'd come on Quora and try and help people. I'll help people with their particular problems, like stuff I answer on this podcast. Now, little did I know that when you go onto Quora, they aren't just regular people questions, they are insane questions. Now, I always used to think that there are no stupid questions, but until you've experienced Quora, you know that that statement is not true. There are some very fucking stupid questions. Now, what I like to do in these Questions from Quora is delve into some of those more sort of left field, strange and stupid questions and maybe give you a little bit more of an amusing take on it. And somewhere in there, I'll probably drop in some nuggets of information that will actually might help you as well. But this is all to do with entertaining shizzle, my friends. Now, the first question is by a guy called Peter Flom. Peter Flom says he loves to eat and he is an adventurous eater. Sounds like a fucking dating fucking profile. But anyway, Peter Flom says, would my health improve if I ate nothing but spinach for 5 years? Now there's a fucking good question. Well, a fucking stupid question. Because let's look at this in reality. Now, first of all, are you going to fucking eat just spinach for 5 years? No. So it's a stupid question. Number 2, Peter, you said you were an adventurous eater. I call this, you're a fucking idiot. Now, let's look at this as if this was actually going to happen. So if he ate spinach for 5 years, would his health improve? The answer is a great big fat fucking no. Why? Because you'd be dead long before 5 years ever expired. Why? Because, okay, you're not going to get enough calories unless you're going to eat fucking about 30 kilos of the fucking stuff. You're not going to get fat, which is essential. You're not going to get all of the vitamins and minerals that you need, and the list goes on. And someone will say, well, I would say you wouldn't get enough protein either, but someone will say, well, spinach has got more protein in it than fucking steak per calorie and all that sort of stuff. But we know that that doesn't make any fucking difference because we don't talk in calories. Grams of protein per calorie doesn't really make much sense because the volume of food is a factor there, and it's all about grams per kilo or whatever you want to talk about. So would your health improve if you ate nothing but spinach for 5 years? No, Peter, you would die, my friend. So is the next question, I haven't saved the person who asked this, but anyway, is it harmful to sleep after eating breakfast? Now, what I like to think about when I'm answering these questions is what is going through this person's thought process as they ask that question. What do they mean by harmful? You know, you could test it out. Do they really think that I'm going to eat breakfast and if I go to have a nap, I'm going to die? Or I'm going to gain body fat? Or whatever it is. You could just experiment with that and just say, okay, right, I'm going to go for a fucking nap now. I've had breakfast. What's going to happen? Oh, look, I didn't die. Brilliant. Okay, I'll keep doing that. Now, physiologically, there's no fucking difference whether you sleep after breakfast, before breakfast, 3 hours after. It just makes zero fucking difference. So the answer to this question is it harmful to sleep after eating breakfast? No, it's fucking not. Just get a nap in, my friend, if that's what you want. Now, this one wasn't related to nutrition at all, but I just found it insanely hilarious. It did come up in one of my feeds to say, can you answer this question? I was like, oh, well, I could, but I don't think that I want to, but I'm going to. So this one is coming from Sarah Gage. She's self-employed. Mainly because I think with questions like this, she shouldn't be around people. Now, if I want to buy a baby wolf, there you go. It's already a classic. If I want to buy a baby wolf and raise it, will it be friendly to me and would it be like a dog? Sarah. First of all, where does anyone buy a fucking baby wolf? It's not exactly one of those things you go out on the internet and just search for buying baby wolves. But anyway, my hazard a guess would be that it would be like a wolf, not a fucking dog. But anyway, we move on. That was just a little aside. Next question. Is it possible to lose weight by only eating 500 grams of cucumber a day? Now this is what is possessing this person to ask this question? Is this actually something they're gonna fucking do? If I came back to this and said, yes, it is possible, they're gonna say, right, okay, I'm gonna eat 500 grams of cucumbers every day, and that's it. All right. Is that what you're actually gonna do? Again, this is like Peter Flom in his spinach question. You're gonna fucking die if you do this sort of shit for long enough. Now, again, 500 grams of cucumbers has probably got barely any fucking calories in it. Now, I'm not even going to look on Google to see how many actual calories it's got and what the macronutrient breakdown is. I know like a cucumber is like hugely water-based and it's got basically fuck all calories in it. Now, let's look at the question and break it down. Is it possible? Because I think like the use of the English language is important. The words that people use matter when it comes to these questions. Is it possible to lose weight by only eating 500 grams of cucumbers a day? Yes, it is possible to lose weight by only doing that. It's possible. Is it advisable, recommended, healthy, going to prevent you from dying? No. But yes, if all you ate every single day was 500 grams of fucking cucumbers, guaranteed you would lose fucking weight. Is that the way you should do it? Is that sustainable? Is that healthy? Is that gonna be even sort of possible from the realms of actually adhering to it? the answer is going to be no. So whoever's asking this question, is it possible to lose weight by only eating fucking cucumbers? The answer is yes, but don't fucking do it. Please don't fucking do it. Now, next question again, another one that amused me quite a lot. It starts off brilliantly. I eat a lot. Don't we fucking all? I mean, a lot. Especially for a 5'2" girl. How do I lower my intake? Now, sometimes the answer is within the question. And this is one of those scenarios. So the answer to her question is literally in the first few words. I eat a lot. Right, stop there. How do I lower my intake? Eat less is the kind of way to do it. So if I eat a lot, and I mean a lot, especially for a 5'2" girl, she already knows. She knows the answer is I eat too fucking much. So how do I lower my intake? Eat fucking less is the answer. Now, sometimes I think like as a coach, sometimes you have to give people the answer. Some people need to be told this is what they have to do and go do it. Sometimes people need to be led on a little guided discovery. By that I mean that if I just gave the answer, it's kind of in one ear, out the other. But if I show them how to find the answer for themselves, that's more empowering. They're more invested in that answer, they're more invested in that result, and they go and actually apply that information. That's important. So for this person, there is obviously a serious undertone to this question in the sense that maybe there's a lack of knowledge in terms of she doesn't quite know about energy balance. She doesn't know about diets in terms of, is a keto diet better than a vegan diet? Is a vegan diet better than a paleo diet? Should she eliminate meat? All these different sorts of things. Maybe she's lost and confused on that sort of point of view. And maybe that energy balance overrides those things as the most important thing you should be considering. So yes, I get that there's a more underlying serious question here, but the first thing that, regardless of whether you understand about energy balance and whether you understand about various different diets maybe not being more advantageous than another, is that there's some logic that you can go through. If you know that you eat a lot. So clearly she knows that there is a thing where if she eats less, she will lose weight. So that's the point you've got to start from. How can I start to eat less? And that might be, even if you don't want to go down the route of calorie counting and all that sort of stuff, and even looking at types of diet that can help you from a behavioral point of view, manage hunger, all those sorts of things, is even before you go down those routes, there are some things that you can do. So for example, I would say to someone, if you know you're eating too much and maybe you don't want to get into the intricacies of dieting and things like that straight away, have a look at what you're eating. What can you improve about one meal? So let's have a look at breakfast. Let's say she's eating a fuck ton of food for breakfast. Okay, how can you actually just adjust that one meal to make that better? And then start to improve that thing. So how can you get the portion sizes down? How can you get something in that's maybe sort of more nutrient dense, etc., 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 and then move on to the second meal, the third meal, and so on and so on and so on. Over time, you are building up better habits, you are building up better control of your nutrition and your food to actually limit the amount of calories that you're eating and kind of pull yourself on track. So there are some things that you can do without actually even thinking about calorie counting and all of those different sorts of things. So again, like I've talked about before, is people exist on a continuum. Some people are more advanced in terms of what their goals are and their understanding of nutrition, and maybe like a calorie tracking and even macro tracking if they're maybe an athlete or something like that is viable. But some people come at it from a point of view of really very little knowledge and very little understanding, and therefore throwing them in at macro calculations and macro tracking is probably not going to be advantageous, and they're going to fall off that wagon fairly quickly. So you've got to figure out where you are in that process and what is going to be the right approach for you. Cool. Now, next one. Going on to training stuff now. Should I lift external weights when I can't able to lift my body weight? Okay, so little paraphrasing of the question here. Should I lift external weights when I can't even lift my own body weight? I think is the general gist of this question. Now, this was an interesting one to me because of use of the word external. Should I lift external weights as opposed to fucking internal weights? What the fuck are they? When I can't lift my own body weight? The answer is yes. Absolutely, you should lift external weights. And by that, I mean just dumbbells and free weights and stuff like that. Because, let's be honest, is that there's a lot of different exercises that you can do where people can't move their own body weight. So, for example, a pull-up. Pull-up's very challenging, takes a lot of strength, takes a lot of skill, and also probably going to require for most people to lose weight so that they have a better sort of, I guess, strength to weight ratio. Now, in that scenario, clearly, doing some lat pull downs and various different lat exercises is going to improve that strength, and that's going to help you improve your overall body composition, and it's going to help improve your strength overall. So yes, absolutely, you should lift external weights when you can't lift your own body weight. Sometimes you should especially do it if you can't lift your own body weight. If you have a specific goal that says you want to be proficient at body weight movements, calisthenics, that sort of thing, then cool. Have that as part of your program, but also do some external weights as well. But, definitely lift external weights rather than internal weights, because lifting internal weights is going to be fucking hard. Next question. Will I lose weight if I stop eating bread? Now, this is an interesting question, also an interesting and funny question at the same time, because a lot of people feel like carbs are bad. They feel like bread is the fucking devil, and it's going to be like, I think like Arnie used to say that, and I used to buy into this because I used to have Arnie as an idol of mine. He used to say that white flour is the devil when it comes to fat loss. And I took that as gospel. So every time I went into a dieting phase when I was younger, I thought like white flour is the fucking devil's work. So I avoided it like the fucking plague. Obviously, many, many years on, I know the error of my ways, and I know that Arnie didn't have the best nutritional knowledge, but hey ho, you can't knock him. Anyway, now what a lot of people think is that, they see a friend, for example, go on a diet. They take out bread from their diet. Maybe they go the whole gluten-free route. They basically just take out lots of different foods. Let's say bread is one of them. And then they say, well, I lost a shit ton of weight and I eliminated bread. Cool. Now, was bread the issue that you removed that allowed you to lose weight? Or was it the fact that you were really consuming lots of bread in your diet, plus if you've gone like full gluten-free, maybe you're eating lots of other foods that were also calorie dense, but also happen to contain gluten? Now, in this scenario here, yes, you could lose weight if you stop eating bread because you're just removing calories. If you then don't replace that bread with something else that's of equal calorie content, then of course, yes, you are going to lose weight because simply by the fact you have cut calories. It's got zero to do with the bread itself. And the same comes when people say they've gone on a gluten-free diet. Now, unless you're a celiac or you have a non-celiac gluten sensitivity, something like that, then it's a case of, yes, you will remove a whole bunch of foods from your diet that will have added calories. If you then, let's say, replace those with more nutrient dense, lower calorie foods like vegetables and fruits and things like that, then yes, you will lose weight because you've basically just taken out things that are high in calorie and replaced it with things that are lower in calorie. Nothing to do with the actual foods itself. If you included those foods in your diet and just managed calories, the outcome would be exactly the same. So just bear that in mind. Next question. Can kale cause tiredness? I had a big kale salad with avocado in the middle of the day, followed by a banana coconut cream smoothie, and now I need a nap. Okay, that's a good fucking question. So I don't know why the person has picked on kale, Because again, if you look at the language within the actual question itself, they had a big kale salad with avocado, with banana and coconut cream smoothie. So why didn't they say, okay, can a banana, coconut and cream smoothie cause tiredness? Because now I need a fucking nap. Now, interesting they picked on kale. So the answer is fucking no. There is a thing where if you have a big meal, then you can feel tired afterwards. It takes a while for the body to digest. That can be a bit of an overload on the system. You can feel a little bit tired. Now, think back to like Christmas Day. Christmas Day where you have the big meal and afterwards everyone just really zonks out on the sofa because they're so tired. That's basically because you've got, well, A, you just might be fucking knackered and a bit drunk, but it could also be the fact that that big meal is taking energy for your body to digest and you just feel a little bit tired and lethargic from that process. So it was less to do with the whole fucking kale salad shizzle and more to do with the fact that it was probably a big meal that they had and that caused them to feel a little bit sleepy. So that is a little bit thing. So if you have that, and it's kind of as well when I used to be in an office, working in an office, you have to you do presentations in the afternoon. They call it a graveyard shift because after lunch, people feel a little bit tired, feel a little bit sleepy and a little less willing to listen to what the fuck you have to say, unless they were just not willing to listen to what I had to say. Anyway, next question. This one's a beauty. I'm not sure I can help with it, but hey ho. How do I sell my buttock fat? I have a lot. Seriously. I know there are people who would want it. So, to be honest, I just thought that was funny. I've got no idea where you fucking sell buttock fat. Is that a thing? Don't know. But yeah, if anyone knows where to sell buttock fat, go to Quora. This person really need to know. Next question. Oh, this is a beauty. This was there's 3 questions in a row here, all about abs that were absolute gems. First, is it possible to get 12-pack abs? 12-pack? Where the fuck are they going to go? Because if you got a 6-pack, where are they going to go? Going to go fucking down your fucking leg? So no, you can't get a 12-pack of abs. Could you possibly grow abs from just coughing? I fucking wish you could. But yes, you've got to maybe have the most excessive coughing fit with some crunches that make you eat less. Then yes, you could possibly grow abs from just coughing. Third question in this little triad of awesomeness was how many push-ups would I need to execute in order to get abs? How many push-ups to get abs? Fucking none. Do some ab crunches and eat less, my friend. Next question. Again, another perler. When a medication says eat with food, is toast okay? Is toast okay? Well, I'm no doctor. I'm no GP. I am no one to be giving you specific medical advice. But I'm going to hazard a guess that if the medication was going to be very, very specific as to what it meant by what you can and can't eat with that medication, they would have fucking told you. Now, is toast okay? Yes. And I'm sure bread or a fucking sandwich or a fucking kale salad or some spinach or whatever the fuck it is you want to eat is absolutely fucking fine. Now, that is all I've got for you today on the questions from Quora. I just wanted to have a little bit of fun on episode 200. Nothing too serious. Little bit of a joke here and there. But hopefully there's a few nuggets of information you can take away and apply into your fitness journeys. And of course, make sure you come and visit me on Instagram. Make sure you come and say hi. I want to hear from every single person that's ever listened to any one of these 200 episodes because I just want to say thanks. So that's it for me for now. All I'm going to say is keep living the lean life and I'll see you for the next episode of the show.